let's start with a little bit of an update of what happened this week. And here we go. So this is me. And this is our brand new baby alpaca, which is called a cria. She's a girl, and she is the most adorable, fuzzy, just so cute, comic-like thing ever. She's still super wobbly on her legs, but she walks, she runs, sort of. She puts her head down to graze out in the pasture, even though she really doesn't know what she's doing yet, just like the other alpacas. So we now have 6. And it's just the coolest thing that all of the other alpacas babysit. It's a community raising this baby, and it's so remarkable to watch. So I'll probably have some video for you on a future call. Anyway, I'll probably be inundating the Saturday Soul Notes page pretty soon. This is my grandson. This was the same day the baby was born, I think, that afternoon. And alpacas do not like to be touched, petted. They're more wild than a domesticated dog or a cat. And that's the way we're supposed to keep them, because there's a fine line that you can cross that makes them actually unsafe, meaning there are no boundaries and they may kick and bite and be more aggressive, spit on you. So we don't spend a lot of time in close proximity, and this was an exception. We pick the baby up every day. What you saw me doing earlier is picking the baby up to weigh her. So every morning for 2 weeks, we want to make sure she's gaining weight, which shows us she's getting enough milk. So we're going to continue to do that. And I think it's just once a week for a while, and then we'll taper down. So I just had to share that because it is such a joy. Let me close these windows out. Okay. It's such a joy for us. And you should see my husband. Steve has become a marshmallow around this baby. He is so excited. He doesn't even argue when I say, Steve, 11 at night, let's go check on the baby. And we go out to the barn, and so it's been so much fun. So I know you guys, thank you, Lorraine. Yeah. Oh, what's the name? We don't know yet. And we're taking ideas and suggestions from people on Facebook. So far, the closest name is Stella, but I don't know if that's going to be it. So, all right, let's move on. We're a small group today. So this is actually when we're smaller like this, if you would like to take the opportunity to type in a question personally about your own dream, to find out just to check, are you on the right path? Are you doing anything that might hold you back from your dream? You can use this time like a personal coaching. There should be plenty of time to do that. So you might want to take advantage of that opportunity. All right. This morning, as I opened up the Zoom meeting, I'll share this. Now, I've been looking at the meeting screen. I'm using the same, link till the rest of the year, till the end of the year. And so it saves all my information like a template. And then at the bottom on Zoom, it has 2 polls, questions that I have asked previously. It just saves them, and it shows on the screen every week, but I don't look at them if I'm not going to use the poll. I happened to glance down today, and when I looked down, I noticed that when I created the poll, I had created it or last edited it, you got the idea, at 11:11, and both of them show 11:11, and I just want to remind you, you find these little reminders everywhere. these little synchronicities that most people wouldn't notice or would think are unimportant, or, oh, that's interesting, or and disregard it. You can utilize these synchronicities. I wonder what I was going to say. It was coming out sacred. It's interesting. You can utilize these synchronicities to remind yourself you're on the right track. It's not just you reminding yourself, it is you are receiving information that reminds you you are on the right track. What you want to have is possible. You're born to have it. If you have the desire for it, you're born to experience it. That's why you're here. We follow our desires to what we would love to have. So your desire is your guidepost. It's like a tour guide while we're here at summer camp during this life. This is like going to camp. Follow your desires, and what happens is you fully blossom in the process. You awaken in the process of going after your desires. And when I say going after, I'm not talking about taking massive action, making it hard. We're not doing anything like that here. We are simply utilizing a shift in thought. That's all we're doing. We're using the power of our imagination. This is where your power to create resides. We're using the power of our imagination to create what we would love. It amazes me when I think about, I lived all my life not knowing the purpose of having an imagination. You can see it if you look at it and think about it. You can see it show up in everyday life. If you're an engineer and you have an architect, and you have this idea in your mind first of what you would like that building to look like. You've created it in your imagination. You've created a roadmap or a graphic design in your mind, and then you bring it to fruition, into manifestation, into physical form. You do that with physical steps, with physical labor. It is possible. This is the normal way to do it, and this is also the way of the dreamer. So yes, you have it in your mind first, and you create the physical manifestation of it. When you are creating something intentionally that you would love to have, all the support comes in to create it to the point where everything flows smoothly. The contractors show up on time. The contractor with the best price steps forward. Everything just works, and it goes up like magic. At some point, we will be creating like that, maybe without all the physical steps in between. And people, even in this group, are noticing there are times when things instantly manifest. We are moving into a time where that becomes more usual. So this is when we work in the realm of miracles rather than in the realm of goals. So a goal is when we're working under human power. And I sometimes do this with a ruler. So at the bottom of this page or this share that you're looking at is when you choose, if you're choosing something you would love to have for your life, if you're choosing a solution to a problem, you are somewhere down here where things are really hard to manifest. When you choose a solution to a problem, it balances out. The dream balances out the problem, so they kind of cancel each other out. You don't have any movement in the direction you want to go. When you move up a little bit, and please note, I'm just making this look linear. It is not a linear experience, but it's easier to understand. So goals, this is where you have an idea in mind. Yes, I want that. I want the bigger office. I want a corner office. I deserve and want a significant raise in pay. And it's a goal. There's nothing wrong with a goal. But goals we can figure out how to attain through human power. We know if we ask the boss, if we work a little bit harder and stay over a little bit longer every evening, maybe we come in on Saturday mornings, we put a lot of effort into this. We climb the ladder through goals. This is what we're used to doing. This is what we're trained to do as a child. I mean, this is how life works through adulthood for most people. Nothing wrong with that. But there's more to life if you wish to reach. So, the more to life, the dream, the huge heartfelt desire, that is formed in your imagination. It's formed, it's imagined as already true. You raise the vibration of what you want. It is, excuse me, that's not accurate. The vibration of the thing you truly desire is at an elevated vibration. And when you act as if it's already true, you are automatically at that vibration. So when you match that vibration and it's a predominant vibration or thought or series of thoughts and emotions, whatever you want to describe it as, the formation of it comes quicker. So what happens is time collapses. Instead of taking a couple of lifetimes to maybe have something so richly significant to have happen, it can happen in a few days. It can happen in a few moments. And even if it happens in a few months or a year, it's something that was impossible in your mind to be able to attain in this lifetime. It's so far out of reach, you could never in a million years figure out how to get there. That's when you're in the realm of miracles. And that's where your dream is. So that's where we want to spend our time. And I don't mean all day long, but if you're going to focus on what you want, why not focus on something in that miraculous range? One of the things that you will find is when you're going for a miracle, it is easier than going for a goal because you're not working under human power anymore. Your role is to simply manage what thoughts you allow through your mind.